Hi, this is Donna from Oh My Dog RV there, and I have a couple of hints for you for saving money, a little bit of being frugal, I guess. One is that I tend to use, I'll go to thrift stores or whatever and get some hankies, and I will use these hankies as a pee rag, like hikers do. So if you're hiking along a trail and you have to pee, you might dab yourself with a rag like this, tie it to the back of your pack so it will dry in the sun. And people that backpack do this all the time. So that's one way of doing it. So what I also have is I have a portable bidet. So when you turn this thing, I better find something to put it. Turn this thing upside down, it shoots up like that, and you can kind of use that to clean yourself. So when I'm in my trailer, or I wish I had done this when I had a house because I would have done the same thing. So you keep this beside you. It's cheap. It's under, I don't know, you can get it on Amazon or whatever for under $20. I wore out the first bottle, so I just use water bottles that I find and that I've used that I reattach. This part just screws on. It's pretty inexpensive. This has all been sterilized, so it's okay if I touch it right now. I generally sterilize it a couple of times a day anyway, but anyway, so I've got that full of water. If you want, you can put a drop or two of vinegar in your water to help clean yourself. You can use soap and then rinse with this, whatever you like, but you can keep yourself quite clean, especially if it's in between showers, if you're conserving water or you're trying to be showerless for any reason. Anyway, what I do is I first spray myself with this. If I've just urinated, I spray myself with this, and then I dab it with this. So actually, this doesn't really have pee on it. It's just water because I've rinsed myself first. So anyway, I put these in a container, and I might use the same rag most of the day or whatever, but the next day I've got it in a container. And so in a few days, I've probably got a few pairs of underwear. I've got this, maybe a couple of other things to wash out, and I don't want to wait till I go to the next laundromat. I actually am trying to cut down the laundry that I take to the laundromat. So now I basically only take big things like the dog's blankets, sheets off the bed, my duvet, things like that. Otherwise, I do most of my wash by hand. And so I've tried different things. I've tried just using a bowl or a bucket and using my hands, but that's hard on your hands. The detergent is hard on your hands. They end up cracking and getting dry and whatever. So then I've tried different things. I love this. This is just a nut container from Costco. But anything like this works really well. I find they work for many things. You can put LED lights in them and take all the labels off them and use them as a light, auxiliary light, something like a Lucy light. Or you can use it for hand washing or stacking other things. So if I used it for washing, I'm filling it up with some water right now. This is a perfectly clean rag, but I'm just going to show you what I would do. Generally, on the side of these, there are little marks. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. And so I generally fill it up to this mark here. And then I'll put a few things in here. Now this will hold things like, I could put a bra, a couple pairs of panties, 2 or 3 of these rags in here. So now I've got it in there. I put the lid on tight. And I've got laundry detergent. So I'll use a half a teaspoon. That's all it takes. Half a teaspoon of laundry detergent, liquid laundry detergent. Don't use the pods. It's way too much for a load like this. So I'll just use the liquid. And then, I can sit here, I can listen to the radio, I can bounce it up and down while I'm watching TV. And usually 3 minutes is about all you need. And then I find it very helpful to wear some rubber gloves to do the wringing, because one, you get a better grab of the fabric, and also you don't chafe your gentle little delicate fingers. So you put on a pair of gloves. Sorry, this is taking me so long. And you take this out. You hold it over another container, and you just simply wring it out. This will give you a lot more bang for your buck if you use the rubber gloves. You can wring much better than with bare hands because you get a good grip. Change the position, wring it out again. So now it's actually almost dry. But I would do the same thing. I may use this water to flush the toilet. So once I've got several items wrung out, I have a little bit of soapy water. That's all. So I'll put it in the toilet bowl so that, because normally I'm boondocking, but right now I'm at a trailer park, so I am using my toilet. And so I would take this and put it in the toilet. Why use perfectly fresh water to flush a toilet? I'll use my leftover dishwashing water. When I wash my face and hands, I'll use that water. So I always collect it in a bowl. Instead of putting it in the sink, you use far less water that way, and use it that way. So let's say I've got this all done. I now put fresh water in here. It could be warm or it could be cold. Now, the other thing I do is I'll boil up water in the morning. I don't leave my hot water tank on all the time because I don't shower every day. I do clean myself every day, but I don't shower every day. I use, a wet bath kind of thing, like soap and water and a cloth. So I'll boil up some water. And after I've boiled up the water for my tea or my coffee in the morning, the kettle is hot. I put it in a thermos. So this thermos I can use for many things. I may want to reheat it slightly so that I can make a fresh tea or something like that if it's not quite hot enough for me. Or I may use it for washing my hands, washing dishes, or doing my laundry. So I could pour that in here. And now I have rinse water that's warm. Put that up and down, get the soap out. I might put a couple of drops, like a teaspoonful of vinegar in it to help get the soap out of there. And when it's all done, I would put my gloves back on and do it. I'm not doing that right now, saving time because you got to watch this. And now I have this. So now I just take this, and in my bathroom I have, I'll show you what I have. Sorry, that's closer than you wanted to be. I would just hang it on these little hanging racks. This is kind of like a little octopus. And I just hooked it with a tension bar across the top of the shower and a bungee. And then I hang this on here. If I have hanging clothes, I will hang them on a coat hanger to dry. And that way I've got a place for them to dry. They're not dripping all over the floor. If it's nice, like right now it's winter in Canada. So sometimes on a nice day I'll put it outside and I'll bring it in. It's totally frozen stiff. And then I'll hang that in the shower because it's already lost some moisture to being hung outside. And it smells so fresh. There is nothing. I don't use Gain or any of those stinky laundry detergents. I don't think they're good for you. I don't think they're good for your skin. I don't think they're good for your clothes. And I don't think that it's good for you to be smelling them all the time. So I don't use those. But anyway, that's one way of doing laundry. The other thing I have is I have a scrub-a bag. Okay, scrub-a bag. But these cost about $65. But they're great for backpackers, again, or people that live small. You can put your few items in. Then you roll and clip. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Then there's a button here, like with an air mattress, that you can take out the air. And you just twist that. Now you put it down, and on the other side, it's got two. This one's got a fancy one because I have a clear view so I can see what I'm washing. And on the other side, you can see that it's all bubbly like this. That's like a scrubbing board. Just like this scrubbing board that I do use when I make a big load of laundry. That's a whole other story. I'll show you how I do that someday. But the scrub-a bag, you roll it over, and I'm doing this with one hand, so it's very hard to do. You roll it over, and you don't fill it right up with water. You fill it up. There's indicators on the side of this how much water to put in. Depends on your load. But I have done a pair of blue jeans and a shirt in this, so it's quite handy. And you snap it together, you deflate using this, and then you put it on something. It could be outside on a picnic table, it could be inside on your sink, and you rub it back and forth. So the clothes inside are being rubbed on these little nubbies. So it's like a scrub board. So if you have a stain or something, you might want to use that, pre-soak it and pre-soak the stain and do it on that before you fill the whole bag up with water. This is fine, and I like it because it does keep your hands out of the water, so therefore you don't get chapped hands so easily. And then when I want to take it out of here, you still have to hand wring it. So again, whoops, I suggest using gloves to wring it. And then you can either refill the bag with water or use another container, such as this, to put your rinse water in and do the same thing. If you do the rinse water, again, you can put a teaspoon of vinegar in there. That will help you cut any soap that might be in the fabric. Your clothes will not smell like vinegar. Once they're hung up to dry, they will dry and they won't smell of vinegar. The vinegar smell dissipates. But it is a way of making sure that your clothes are in good shape and whatever. So anyway, those are some hints that I thought I would show you today. And again, I have that water later, so I might just make myself a cup of tea. Take care. Have a good day. And don't worry about the pandemic, especially, if you have to use a laundromat and you don't want to have to use it, or you live alone, or you're in an apartment. This will work for you just as well. So you don't have to go down to the laundry room so often. You don't have to go down and expose yourself to other people or whatever. It's just handy. Like I say, I can do a couple of shirts in this scrubber bag. In this, I can do a bra, a couple pairs of underwear, some P-rags. I could do a load of face towels, hand towels, tea towels, things like that. I can do them all in just this little, it's absolutely free. So this one's free. This one's $65. This I picked up in a thrift store once for $15. I use it all the time to do big things, or if I'm working on a stain or something like that. It's an old-fashioned scrub board. So anyway, talk to you later and have a good day. Bye. Sorry for the shaky camera.